Hello everyone and welcome to RIT SportsZone. I'm John DiTilio. For over 4 decades, RIT hockey has called Ritter Arena home sweet home, but the days of playing in the cramped yet intimate 2,100 seat facility are nearing an end. Since making the jump to Division I in 2005, the men's hockey program has quickly outgrown Ritter, forcing the Institute to explore other options. As our own Shelby Hill reports, RIT has secured a lead donor and the campaign to build a new home for hockey has begun.
In just a few years, the Ritter Arena will no longer be the home to RIT's men's and women's hockey team. Thanks to a $1 million donation from RIT alum Steve Schultz, plans to build a new arena are already underway. So first of all, why now for the new rink?
It's time. The last few seasons, just looking and seeing how many people have been standing deep, as Coach Wilson was saying, and how tight the seats are. And so as the team has become more competitive and our fan base has grown, it's time. And we knew it last spring for sure. And then as we started to announce this, people have been coming out from everywhere saying, thank God. I think it's great for families to come and go to a game. It's affordable, it's exciting, and in this economic situation, it's a good affordable night out, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, first of all, the excitement about RIT hockey has never been higher as a result of last year's season and the beginning of this one. So it was a natural time for us to consider this move. But in all honesty, we've really outgrown Ritter. It's a simple fact. Basically, tonight's game is sold out. The previous game is sold out. Most of the games this year will be sold out. And you hate to leave our students unable to come to a game when this is one of the biggest spirit-building events at RIT. And you hate to have the community members not be able to come here because this is the only Division I sports team in Rochester. So I think that it's a natural and the time has come for us to begin this project.
Out of everything you could donate to the school, why hockey?
If you were out there when that school bus got back from Albany in the administration circle, the energy was amazing. Too many students don't get involved in their education, and they'd have a much better education if they did get involved. So hockey is a great way to reach out to thousands of students.
So now I know what everyone loves about this arena is the atmosphere. How are you going to bring this atmosphere to a new rink?
They have to. You really hope that the architects can come in here and see a live game with how the crowd is right on top of you, and if they can kind of pitch the seats where they overhang the glass or something. I don't know what they're going to do, but hopefully they don't make it too spread out where you lose the aura of the whole arena.
It's going to be one of our highest priorities. One of the things that we're very proud of is our corner crew and the pep band. We want to make sure that we create a sense of intimacy as well as some enthusiasm. That's one of the things that people love to come see.
Now, is there any special thing you've maybe requested, like a new Jumbotron or anything?
No, we've talked about that. I think video replay and all that for the fans and advertisers and all that can go on there. One thing that I think I'd like to see is that both the men's and women's team, their locker rooms, that when you walk out from the tunnel that you're walking onto your bench versus walking around the rink.
I think we want club seating. We want the ability of people to get good food there. We want adequate bathrooms, for Pete's sake, and that'd be nice for both men and women. We want to have a better display technology. Of course, RIT is a famous imaging school, so why not have a little better display technology? We want to make sure it remains a very, very hard place to play if you're an opponent, though. And so we're going to try to make that a very high priority as we design the rink.
Expanding our concessions, having comfortable seating, moving away from benches and having seats so that you actually have your own space. And again, close proximity to the ice. We want to make sure that there's not a lot of distance from the activity and from the fans.
I think a bigger sheet of ice would be nice with the two teams to skate. Maybe some individual seats instead of the benches might help, but I don't care. Just something new is going to be amazing.
Now I know Ritter's going to stay here. Where's the new rink going to go?
Well, we've got 3 or 4 sites that we have identified, and part of it will be once we know the size and the scope of the arena, we'll better think about that. One of the, some of the things we're contemplating is how close can we build it to the residence halls or apartment areas. One of the rinks that we just saw recently had it really nestled right by the residence halls to students, and hockey is a winter sport. So proximity is very important in January and February and March.
So can you just talk about the gift from Steve and what this means and what it brings to campus?
I think this is an extraordinary story. of an individual who basically wasn't that long ago a student sitting in the corner crew cheering on this team. Somebody who represents the best kind of student at RIT, obviously very smart, very bright.
Well, I think part of the excitement is that Steve's an alum, and for us, when we look to who will be potential donors, we often think of those that are remote and maybe not connected to RIT, when in fact, all the people that were here today for the announcement, many of them are alumni. And so I think this is about creating more of a family atmosphere, and having one of our own give back is the best. It's the best part of the story.
Still to come on Sports Zone. After a sluggish start, the men's hockey team gets back on track.
The Tigers win!
Plus, a giant effort by the Tigers brings plenty of smiles to Rochester School, number 5.
Welcome back to Sports Zone. It's a new year for the RIT men's hockey team, but once again, it's been the same old story with the Tigers struggling at the start.
After going winless in their first 5, RIT returned to Ritter Arena for the first time this season to face off against Robert Morris. RIT opening Atlantic hockey play against the Colonials, one of the newest members of the league this season, tied it 2 in overtime under 2 minutes to play off the face-off. Freshman Adam Mitchell going the length of the ice, splitting 2 defenders, scoring the game winner. RIT wins in dramatic fashion, 3-2 in overtime. With more on the Tigers' first win of the season, here's Kristen Klock.
The RIT Tigers went into their home opener having gone winless their first 5 games. Their opponent, the Robert Morris Colonials, were undefeated up until this point. The Tigers ended up victorious in their home opener with a 3-2 overtime win in front of a sold-out crowd.
So your team went into this game struggling, and the Colonials were undefeated coming into this game. How did you guys practice differently, or what did you do differently?
The biggest difference in this game and the games before is that in the third period when they tied it up, we pulled together as a team and we didn't fall apart, and we were able to get through it, and we got the W, so that's all that counts.
We've been playing hockey our whole lives pretty much, so we're used to it, I guess, and it just comes natural to us to keep competing and not really give up and just keep moving forward. If bad things happen, just keep on going.
I think we always had a groove. I think we were always playing well. We just didn't get the bounces, and tonight we worked especially hard, and we got some puck luck, and I think that was the difference tonight. You just can't take as many chances, when it's a tighter game, and you have to play really smart and just move the puck faster, and you have to get in a rhythm, and that's the only way you can really play in a tight game like that.
How are the freshmen blending in the team chemistry?
They're blending pretty well. We got Lynch and Mitchell scored the game-winning goal, and they're playing big roles for us so far. So they've stepped up and played well.
I think with our freshmen, we had to take it a little timid, and now that they're getting in the swing of things, that guys that you're playing with freshmen can start to play better now and have more confidence in their freshmen, and so I think that was a big factor because our freshmen played so well that it gave everybody on defense the ability to play their own game better. They have the skill to be here, or else they wouldn't be here, and they just need to play the way they do, and that's why they're here.
So the first goal of your career happened to be the first goal of the game tonight against the Colonials, and how did that energize you and the team for the rest of the game?
I was ecstatic. The first goal I've ever scored here playing for RIT. It was just, my heart was racing for the rest of that period. I couldn't slow it down. I was just, so nervous, and it was good to get one under the belt, 5-6 games in.
The goal seemed to fuel your team a lot, and the other team. Both of you picked up your play and got more physical. Did you personally do that as well?
Yeah, I think, once we got the first goal, everything kind of settled down, and then we built off that, and it really helped energize the guys.
I think our team plays a lot better when we're physical and when the other team's physical, and I think we get after it more, and I think it's just better for us to play physical rather than play soft.
Was it intimidating playing against a goalie who had gone into this undefeated?
Well, we had known that they're an undefeated team in first place in our league, so we really needed this win, and it was really important for us, and I think we did well.
Question and answer tonight.
The emotional victory over Robert Morris certainly got the Tigers back on track this season.
RIT now won 4 of its last 5 with victories over nationally ranked Cornell and a sweep of AHA rival UConn.
Welcome back to SportsZone. They've gone unbeaten in 64 of their 79 games in the last 3 years and are off to a 6-0 start this season. To say the RIT women's hockey team has been successful under head coach Scott McDonald would be an understatement.
Well, McDonald's success can be linked in part to great recruiting. SC's Allison Dupre sat down with McDonald and his first recruiting class to discuss their careers and what's left to accomplish in their final season.
So this group is your first recruiting class that you had all on your own. How does it feel now that they're seniors?
It's sad. It's a little, well, bittersweet, I'd say would be the better term. Is you want to see all your players graduate, but having the first class, I can't believe it's already been 4 years with these girls. And you know, early on, you tell them time's going to fly by, and your 4 years will go by in a blink of an eye. And I think they'd say that it's been too quick for us.
What has really made this group of seniors so special to you?
I think it's like just the core group of girls that came in from the start, and we've spent so much time together, and we've been like coaches, like special group or whatever you want to call it, like, and we've grown together.
They came in and were pretty much, I would say, the better players on the team right from the get-go. These kids are doing extra stuff. They're always the last ones off the ice. They're always working on something. They're always in the gym. Their conditioning level has always been, you know, on the higher end of on the team, and it's just something that you just tried to find like a highly self-motivated person, and I was lucky to find, you know, 5 of them.
Do you see RIT's women's hockey program as an elite program, or is there still work to be done?
I think we've built so much in the past 3 years, and now like we've finally gotten to the level that we want to be at and that we're like confident at. Like we say we've been confident the whole time, but we've had like lacks, and we know we've had to work, and I think that we finally like reached the level that we can call ourselves elite.
How has this group as a whole helped you grow as a coach?
It's funny because, you know, as they've matured, I think I've matured quite a bit. Is early on, I tend to yell in practice a little bit, get on them for stuff, and now it's, you know, I take their opinion for what it's worth. And I really value their opinion, and it's something I really didn't take into account early on.
What are some of your most favorite memories just being at RIT as a group? Could you share some memories for us?
I got one in particular. What is it? I think it was our sophomore year.
Yeah.
Me and a couple girls, Tracy and Sarah were in on this too, decided to play a prank on Coach. So we got let into his office like late at night and took those small Dixie cups, filled them all, and filled the entire floor. Like entire floor, you couldn't walk on it.
Couldn't step in the room.
Couldn't walk on it. And we had 7 a.m. practice the next day.
And we put his skates on like the opposite side of the room so we couldn't get them with his board.
And when I say there was probably 2,000 cups in the office, it was a legitimate 2,000 cups. I couldn't even really open, well, they left me enough space where I could open the door. I couldn't get in. There was water everywhere.
You could see him skate over to the trainer and trying not to laugh with her.
Yeah.
He was trying to be some big tough guy, but we knew he was joking around.
What has it been like playing for Coach McDonald? What are some of the ups and downs?
He's definitely outspoken and a little bit hot-headed, but it's good. It's good for us. Like,
It's fun. He knows how to keep it fun at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
He might lose his temper, but at the same time, like, you are having fun still, and it's always a really fun environment.
It's just nice to know like you have a coach that just cares so much about you too. Like he'd do anything for any of us.
Yeah.
And that's just the kind of person he is. So like it just adds like a lot.
What do you think you'll miss most about these girls?
Just watching them play. You know, they're exciting to watch, and they have a great time out there, and you can see it when they're on the ice. It's just they're close-knit, they're tight. You know, and you're doing the lineup card, you know, you only have a certain amount of games to write their names on that lineup card, and it's something that's actually creeping in the back of my mind. You know, next year, you know, who's going to be the number 21 on the team, or a 17 or a 14. You know, it's going to be a little different without them here.
If there's one way that this group would like to be remembered, what do you think that would be?
I think just kind of leaving like everything that we've seen in our what will be 4 years here, I think leaving it with the rest of the team and helping them to build upon what they already have.
right now we're the leaders on the team, and we need to, I think, pass that down the ladder and just help them out. We're the class that needs to like help them to grow into like a D1 team and a stronger elite team.
So if you could go back to the beginning and do it all over again and get recruited as, you know, a senior in high school again, would you do the same thing? Would you choose RIT?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
It's been a great 3 years up to here.
Yeah.
RIT athletics aren't only making headlines for their success on the field, but they're also earning recognition for their hard work and dedication in the Rochester community. Since 2007, student athletes and staff members from RIT's library have teamed up to promote the importance of reading in inner city schools. Student athletes and Wallace Center staff members participated in RIT's 4th Giant Read at Rochester's School Number 5.
This is the first event of Read, Hope, and Action. We have 50 athletes and a bunch of library staff here to come and promote going to school and promote reading. Every kid gets a book and they get to keep it. We read it to them, and the hope is next year they'll be able to read it back to you.
It helps promote reading, which is key in this building, especially this school in particular, where 1/3 of the population are English language learners. That we have a large population of children with special needs, where it's the learning disability, and just all of our children in general. In addition to that, it allows the children to build their own libraries at home because they get an opportunity to take the books home.
The program was started thanks to the vision and tireless efforts of RIT staff and student athlete Kevin Radigan.
Kevin Radigan actually has been a leader for the athletes throughout this whole process. He comes every Friday, and he actually had the vision to expand this to all of Rochester. And so he, together with Kari Horowitz last year, decided to write a grant. Kevin actually identified the John F. Wegman Community Grant, and together Kevin, Kari, and I met with the development office at RIT. We met with the John F. Wegman Foundation. We wrote the grant, and fortunately we got it. And today that's funding all of the colleges and universities to be here with the kids for our buses, for our books, and everything, so we could do this today community-wide.
This year it was expanded, so 6 other schools, elementary schools, colleges, and universities also are doing the same thing at the same time. So I must say, as much as I love seeing this for the 3rd year here, I just wish I could be a fly on the wall at the other schools to see what's going on, because certainly we are doing something phenomenal, and it's because of people like Kevin and just the whole staff at RIT.
While it's an eye-opening experience, it's also a gratifying one that keeps the RIT community coming back week after week.
I really love looking at it from the perspective of what the RIT students get from this today. I think it makes them take a step back. I think they realize how privileged they are to be where they are, and to realize how far they've come from when they were first graders and how much they can give back.
So seeing the reaction on these kids' faces, how gratifying is that to you?
It's great. I mean, to come in and you get here and you see the looks on their faces, you see the looks that we're just giving them this small book, and to hold their hand and jump rope with them, and it doesn't get much better than that.
Why is this so important to you?
I feel like it's just a good way to get back to the community. You know, we're so blessed to be in school, and we get so much. It's just a couple hours out of your day.
And what's your favorite part about all this?
Probably seeing the kids' reactions. Get some great stories, and it's a lot of fun.
The RIT students, you know, they're just special. It's been at least now, I would say, 4 years of our partnership, and they come in excited and willing to do whatever they can to help our children. So they are part of School 5 family.
The program has been a great success, and RIT hopes to expand it in the future.
I know there's still 33 other elementary schools that would like to have someone, so we're hoping to encourage businesses and sports teams and other organizations to join the program.
What's the future of this program?
Well, I know that Kevin and Kari are taking steps right now. One idea is to expand this to all the schools in the nation that have a tiger for mascot and do a tiger reading day, which would be really fun. And I know Kevin's also trying to make some contacts with the NCAA to talk about expanding this to have a nationwide giant read day where a bunch of college athletes and libraries join together and do this across the country all on one day.
RIT, MCC, the U of R, Roberts Wesleyan, St. John Fisher, Brockport, and Nazareth all participated in the November Giant Read. In the spring, all 7 schools will host their adopted elementary schools for an on-campus tour. If you'd like to see more images from the Giant Read, visit our website at ritsc.com.
Well, that does it for yet another edition of RIT SportsZone.
Don't forget you can stay up to date with SportsZone by following us on Twitter and friending us on Facebook.
So until next time, thanks for joining us in the zone.